Okay, let's play.
Practice. Combo try. Parry.
What?
Thank you. You're mine.
What? I didn't do it right.
Thank you.
I was confused. Oh, no.
I missed. You're mine.
No.
Thanks, bud.
違う。
Thank you. Thanks, bud. Here comes a new challenger.
エレナ、セクシー。
Our fighters are ready to lay it all on the line.
Round one. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Checks with the projectile. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. The drive gauge is completely empty, meaning their ability to block is also weak. Takes a trip. Player 1 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good
Nice.
Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. KO. Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Gets to jump in. Snares them. block on the overhead. Jump? What'll happen here? Bare knuckle! Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. A deficit here. Can they turn the tide? This is a turning point. They gotta turn it around. Genius read. Raises with power wave.
No!
And they create an opportunity for themselves to seal the deal. Looking for a chance. Power wave and whip. They're wide open.
Oh, what is this?
Player 2 can't use any drive-through. What a finish! Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Keeps them out.
No!
Keeps cool and locks them out. Final horn nails them. Throws them. How long
What
can this
the-
offensive assault continue? Player 2
Oh,
is
no.
gonna throws them. The low. Okay, here we go. Dangerous range here. Absolutely relentless. Shows off a parry. The overhead denied. Rushes in. Power wave. Both are ready to pull the trigger on their super art. Player overhead, but it won't work. Player 1 can't let this simmer. They gotta start cooking. They're taking a step back to slow down the pace. Let's loose the power wave. A projectile to say get off her. Gets into perfect fireball range. Noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still possible? Sticks out a kick. Are you kidding me?
Oh,
That was a fight heard round the world. Yo, top that. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Extending that drive gauge. Picks up the counter. This is going to be huge.
nice, nice.
Player 1 is going to have a hard time managing their
Oh,
drive.
what?
What are they thinking here? Player 2 chases them down. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important. Player 1 is in burnout. Drives off the table. Heading into the end game now. It's getting can't get.
Fuck!
Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Overdrive art. Grabs them. They're jostling for the dominant position in the corner. Long low attack hit. Raises with power wave. Delivers the pain right to the doorstep. Player 1 has the life lead. Can they use it? Oh, says no to the impact. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Jumps. Fires a power wave. Jumps up. Shows the medium kick. The opening on that impact. Will they take it?
No.
Burnout activates.
Fuck.
Elena making him look silly with his target. Looking for a hole. Rushes in. Let's loose the power wave. Chucks a fireball to continue their hold over their zone.
Okay.
Through with the throw. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Somehow managed it. Nice counter. Raises with power wave. Sees the overhead coming. Super arts on deck for both fighters. How they approach the situation will be interesting.
What?
Player 1 charges forward. Power wave. What's next? Let's lose the power wave. A trade. No way. The jump it knew the throw was coming. Both are ready to pull the trigger on the low kick hit. Nothing stops this train. Noticeable life lead is a comeback. Ashes out the cage.
Fuck.
There.
No!
Oh, sends him a personalized telegram with that frightening critical. Can they muster up the nerves to fight back and take this round? The reactions on display. What a statement with that fire so heavy.
Oh! almost even James, son.
Clinches the win! But that could have been anyone's game. No way we could have called that. It's not over yet. Let's believe it's time for that run back. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. That feeling out phase is over. Time to get down to business. Can't tech the throw. Still slugging it out here. Trips him up. Gets a chance with that jump. Play adds a little super juice into this combo for more damage.
None of these missed.
Player 2 is going to have a hard time managing their drive now. How much damage can they deal before the opponent's drive gauge replenishes? The jump in catches them. Both sides are going to have to fight without drive. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. KO.
Okay.
Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Gets the jump in. The next round is beginning. Yo, put that away. Raises with power weight. Fires a power weight. Going on the offensive, goes for the fireball, which is very strong at this range. Player 1 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Easily escapes that throw attempt. They're going for the KO.
So good.
Player 1 took no time to finish that fight. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Absorbs converts the opening impact into a punish counter. Deal some damage with that quick combo.
Fuck.
Player 2 has the life lead. Pressuring them in the corner.
No.
Player 1 is just
I
about
missed.
out of drive after that.
Jace.
Forward throw, not letting them out of the corner.
No, no,
We're
no.
near the end of the round. Can add a little super juice into this combo for more damage. Throws them. What's next? Next hit will end the round. Makes a huge statement with that finish. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. Hits with the overhead. Raises with power weight. They were right to be on guard.
No.
Look silly with his target. Rhino horn hit. Goes with the same stuff with that looking to impress with this super. Revival dance is making him sweat like water. What'll happen here? Sees the overhead coming. Player 1 is not in a good place health-wise, and whiffs. They're wide open. Their spacing is so on point right now. Going on the offensive? Good job. Oh, the throw connects. Okay, here we go. Oh, clean up the line.
Okay. Oh no.
KO.
Fuck.
Player 2 made all the right moves, and this experience is only gonna make them stronger. Oh, we're not done yet. Looks like they're both warmed up. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. Turns it up a notch and sends them to the corner. With the forward throw, the battle in the corner continues. Player 2 has them legit shook in the
Good
corner.
player.
Strings it all together. Capitalizes on every mistake and picks up the perfect KO.
Hey.
Player 2 picks
I
up the
do
first
training
round.
them all.
That'll give them a psychological advantage. They both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Sees it coming and blocks it out. Both fighters are looking for a way to get in, but there's still time to feel out the situation. Knockdown. This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bait each other out? They
No.
are right to be on
No.
guard there. Elena making him look silly with his target. Knockdown with the horn. Knockdown and player 2 needs to use the threat of the club. Hits them with a stop and pop. Are we gonna see a comeback? Oh, burnout trigger.
Nice.
Both absolutely refusing to give up ground. Player 2 can't use any drive move. Gotta play it safe. Closes it out. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Let's lose the power weight. The overhead denied. Took him to the corner in a flash. Player 1 sees the overhead coming. All the throws to them. Player
No.
1, more fuel to the fire. Cook them up. Looking for runs that off. Yo, Rock, super here. There's a good hit. Get your plates ready. Damage is on the menu. And whip. They're wide open. Grab them. Okay, here we go. No hesitation or resistance.
No.
With that hand.
I got sleepy.
Perfect damage calculation. No doubt about it. They are done. Player 2 straight up outplayed them. Talk about a David and Goliath situation. Who has a bit of OD spice there? Jumps in. Throws them to negate the block. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Knockdown. The throw hits. Now the fun begins. That attack landed for a counter hit. They'll have to decide how to follow up. Burnout is triggered. All right, what's coming up next? Player 1 is gonna have to wait for that drive gauge. Can they stick it out? Raises with power wave! This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bait each other out? Player 2 will have to fight back here without any drive. Closing moments of the match. One hit's gonna do it.
違うライジングミスライジングタックル
Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Medium kick. Hits with the overhead. Gets carried to the corner. Up for the quick burn. The overhead's good. Knockdown and there's a change of side. Delivers the pain right to the doorstep. Looking for a chance. Genius read. Looking to impress with this super. This is a turning point. They gotta turn it around. Barely blocks the jump in. Are we gonna see a comeback here?
Nice combo.
Forward throw, laying the pressure on thick. Player 2 will look to seize the overhead coming. Flatline zones. Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point. Tries to make something happen with an overdrive arc. Final round. Who will the fighting game gods favor here? Power win! Brushes that off and keeps going. Closes in. Elena's tricky feet forward. There's a good hit.
痛い
Excellent. Super art to show off what a
Nice.
PUBG fighters can do for you.
あー
Give it all on the super. Not shy one bit about it. Good presence of mind to pull the trigger. Player 1 has the super game burned out. Okay, here we go. Nothing stops this train. Player 1 is looking at a grim situation with burnout. A real test of nerves here. Player 2 can't let this simmer. They gotta start cooking. Pokes with a kick. Chips them for the win. Player 2 made all the right moves. And this experience is only gonna make them stronger. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Grabs and throws them away. Medium kick hit. Combo with the target combo. Player 2 has them legit shook in the corner. Now they get pushed into the corner, or it's going to be
I'm
very
sorry.
difficult to escape. Player 1 can't afford to get hit again, but still has a chance. Saw them sweating
What?
against the wall and gets in the throw. Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Goes for the jump in to start the round. The grab misses. Both fighters want to establish themselves early on. Still slugging it out at this range. Hits them with a stopping bomb. Elena making him look silly with his target.
What should I do?
Rhino horn hit. Both fighters planning something? Player one just goes for it at this range. Drive gauge is looking bad. What if this is gonna be bad news? Looks like they both relied a lot on their drive arms. Experiencing burnout. What now? Crunch time with quick burn. Low heavy, but no go. Player one can't overhead attack. Closing moments of the match. One hit's gonna do it. The drive gauge is full of burnout. Did they mean to do that? Still, what a finish! Player two made all the right moves, and this experience is only gonna make them stronger. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done. Charges forward. Burnout is triggered. Player one has used up all of their drive gauge. Takes a trip. Player one needs to deal with this burnout. Close. What's next? All right, what's coming up next? Player one chases them down. Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with fireball. Goes for the super arm. The dome. Player two can't afford mistakes without that drive gauge. KO! Player one with a big first round pickup. Can they close it out? Fires a power wave! Coming through. Player one did a great job of reading their opponent up close that last round. Can they keep the momentum? What'll happen here? Brushes that off and keeps going.
What?
Hits up the counter. This is going to be huge. The horn hits. Crumble from above. KO. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Final round. Who will the fighting game gods favor here? Player one needs to use the threat of the corner here. A risky play, but it pays off. With the super arts into play, it's really anything goes. Oh, burnout! Did they mean to do that? Super art incoming. Excellent read. Player one is in burnout state, a very precarious situation. This is where we can expect some major pressure. Drop that off. Target combo hit for some top ONF hit. Rhino hoped they were sitting on their gear for this
Perfect.
start. Super out of nowhere. The big brains of the competitor is unreal. Does not leave anything to chance with that super finish. Player two delivers the upset. That's one for the replays. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Fires a power wave. The dome. Goes to the overdrive. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important here. Player one chases him down. Stops the attack by using a drive there. Player one is just about out of drive after that. Throws them to negate the block. With the life gap opening up, they need to lean hard on their drive usage. Nice solid counter. KO. Player one picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. They've both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Player one chases them down. Breaks the block with a throw. There's a smart rising tackle. Player one has a slight charges forward. Raises with power wave. Going on the offensive?
No. That combo very strong.
Oh, here we go. Tries to act quickly, but whiffs the attack. Player one can't use. There's a third punish counter finish. Player one brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. They're in a proverbial downward spiral. There's no end to this battle. Shoots off a fireball up close. That overhead was a bit obvious. Trips them up. Decides to go in with the target combo. Okay, takes them all the way to the corner. The super armor does its job. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important. blocking that drive impact isn't going to work.
何
Both fighters are barely alive. Both of them are low on health and are playing very cautiously. Burnout activates. In there. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Drive time. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Going on the offensive? Nice counter. Fires a power wave. Charges forward. Looking for a chance. Oh, they're in the corner now. No running away. Hits them with a stopping block. So, what's next? This is gonna be bad news. Elena making him look silly with his target. Final horn hits a good spot.
Fucking that combo.
Elena connects with Song of the Grassland. We're gonna see her bending like no one else can. Counting on the super, they were right to be on guard there. Player 2 holding on to that corner advantage, kept their composure and pulled out the combo at just the right time. Player 2 faced a giant and walks away unscathed. What a win!
Okay, last one.
Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Time to get down to business. The first round starts now. Burns the drive gauge. Both fighters are pretty much unscathed. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. What are these fighters thinking now? Who's it gonna be? A battle of egos on display here as neither fighter wants to give up any ground. The drive parry was successful. An aggressive attack.
Oh, nice.
Which of these fighters are going to get the SA gauge advantage here? Knockdown. Big gap between the two fighters, so they throw out a fireball. They both need to stand firm here and deal with an empty drive gauge. Will they be able to manage what little drive gauge they have?
That
Not much drive
combo.
gauge to work with for both fighters here. What's the next move? Hit them with a stop and go.
No, fuck.
Elena's putting those hands around with a sick combo.
I have to got to win that situation.
Picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. They were right to be on guard there. Final horn hits. Player 1 will need to play it conservative until their drive returns. They're in the corner and the beatdown continues.
Fuck.
Perfect KO. They were in full control there. Who could have guessed how that match would have turned out? Not me.
10 先。
Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Uses the parry. Definitely saw that counter coming. Okay, takes them all the way to the corner. Knockdown. All right, they throw them into the corner. They're looking to keep the pressure on and do some damage. Adds a little super juice into this combo for more damage. Knockdown. Gets them. Player 2 sets the tone with that win. Let's see if they can keep it up. They piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Goes to the overdrive. Early round decisions are so important to set the tone. Things are slow going right now, but we may see someone speed things up soon. All right, what's coming up next? Look to drop him to earth. Player 1 is in a pretty good situation with a meter advantage. Clean parry. Going on the offensive. Fires a power wave. Creates an opening with a low heavy. Changes things up with an overhead. Knockdown and... Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. Raises with power wave. Gotta be careful not to whip a super art. Big stage blows. Going in. Can they create an opportunity for themselves to seal the deal? Tries to act quickly, but whiffs the attack. Gets the counter hit. Oh, here throws them. They gotta go. Will this super art do anything? Revival jab hits. Are we gonna see
They are waiting.
or will they continue the attack? Player 2 is mounting a comeback. What else is up their sleeve? This is a way to pick them with a quick low kick. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Sets up with the jump in. Rhino Horn nails them. They're backed into the corner now. Getting up close to P9. Keeps cool and locks them out. Excellent Rhino Horn. Amazing. Knocks them out of there. Oh, burnout. You think you can do that? Put the fear of God in them. Player 2 made all the right
I have to
moves.
concentrate
This experience is
more.
only gonna make them stronger. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Hold your breath.
Nice.
Can't squander this punish counter chance. Turns it up a notch and sends them to the corner. Trips them up. Player 2 has the life lead. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Player 1 heats it up with a combo into super. Checks him with a projectile. Sticks the jump in. Gets it.
What?
Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. They both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. He brushes that off and keeps going. Fires a power wave. Knocks down with the horn. Genius read. Looking for a chance. Medium kick hit. Oh, they're in the corner now. Nice counter. Raises with power wave. Uses the fireball to try and get a reaction. Barely blocks the jump in. Doing some quick planning? Their spacing is so on point, but who's gonna blink first? Reads the jump in perfectly. Power wave! Shows off a parry. Wouldn't Super Art do anything? Punish counter on reaction. The next touch may decide this round. The final push is paid off in spades. When you have a chance to finish it, you gotta take it. Player 2
Okay, that's
faces
the
the
one.
giant and walks away unscathed. What a win! Charges in with bare knuckle. Holds out with the block. Very solid corner switch. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? That attack landed for a counter hit. They'll have to decide how to follow up. Takes a trip. Player 1 can't let their drive gauge run out. They need to find a way to reset the situation. In a dire situation, picks up the win with the projectile. Good read. Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Nails the anti-air. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Fires a power wave from up above. Oh, they're in the corner. It's a good spot to use the super. Revival dance is making them sweat like water. Player 1 is in a pretty good situation with a meter in them. Yo, put that away. Player's willing to risk it for the overdrive. A quick brief there going for the super art. Super art to show up what a PhD and fighters can do for you. Ooh, what a smart throw. Will this super art do anything? What a finish. Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Going on the offensive? Nails the anti-air. Shoots off a fireball up close. Player 1 with the life lead. The low kick connects. Knocked down. Box him with a target combo. Takes him all the way to the corner with that. Grabs him. Taking stock. Life lead opens up. Heats it up with a combo into super. Close.
No!
What's next? Neither of them willing to back off here. Hanging on for dear life. They were not cleared for takeoff. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Big counter. Uses the gauge for a super.
Fuck.
Revival dance is making them sweat like water. Player 2 has the life lead. Can they use it? Stuck in the corner, but not going down without a fight. Player 1 has the chance to win the round if they can put their drive to good use. They return to 10.
Miss.
Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point. Hits the drive. Medium kick. Grounds them from above. Elena's putting those educated feet to good use. Excellent rifle horn. Player 2 is were they looking to connect with an overdrive arc in this situation? A rare chance here. They gotta do something. Turning it right up with a super. This revival dance is gonna be painful no matter what they choose. Like, will this super arc do anything? Oh, putting it all on. What a sick counter. It's like they knew exactly what was gonna happen.
Elena,
Player 2 made all the right moves. And this is
She has good hip.
here comes a new challenger.
Ryu.
how's this match gonna shake out? It's gonna be exciting to see.
Let us begin. Time for a beatdown. Round 1. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Are they trying to slow down the pace with a projectile? Good anti-air. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Throws a fireball here, maybe as a simple zoning strike. Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with fireball. Player 2 gets a KO. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Goes for the jump in to start the round. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Raises with power away. Charges forward. Hits them with a stopping bomb. Still scrapping for control of the space. Both fighters planning something? Breaks those shins. Burnout. Expect a couple of the match to kick. Looks like they want to put a new spin. The low kick hit. Let's loose the power weight. This is gonna hurt. Breathing like a book takes them out. Player 2
Nah, he is a
brings it
gold.
home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Low heavy hits, mixed up income. Denies the low heavy. The move whiffs and they get nailed with a punish counter. Player 2 pushes the opponent
what?
into the corner. Throws them
What?
to negate the block. Big counter. Knockdown. Brushes off the impact. Gets the counter hit throw. Takes a trip. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very experiencing burnout. Both sides are gonna have to fight without drive. Closing moments of the match. One hit, but how do you come back from that? Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. And both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. This is gonna be bad news. Full FA meters on deck for both sides. This could be over soon. Not gonna drive rush to keep it going. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. Raises with power away. Yo, put that away. With breather. Player 2 with a forward rush. Getting up to chisels him down. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow up here? Absorbs the attack and fires back. The move whiffs and they get nailed
nice.
with a punish counter. The combo's there. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. Player 1 creates a good corner opportunity. Takes a big gamble, KO.
Nice.
Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Sticks the jump in. Who's going to start things off? Jumps in. hit them with a stopping bomb. Bends the meter, hoping for a good return. Gets scooped from down low. Answers with a rising attack. Going on the offensive, fires a power wave. It's not over. They choose to spend the meter to up the damage by a bit. Are we gonna see a comeback here? Closing moments of the match. All in with a rush.
Nice.
That's how you
Nice,
take it out.
nice.
What a beast.
Real win.
I was
Hands
scared.
to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Goes to crush that off and keeps going. Parries the attack and still slugging it out here. What's the play here? Can they convert this punish counter opportunity into something?
Good.
Strings it all together. It takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. Shoots off a fireball up close. The jump in is denied. One shot is all both fighters need to close this out. Leaning on the overdrive. Both fighters are weighing their options and looking for an opening.
Haru.
Player 2 chases them
Hello.
down. What'll happen here? Player 1 will have to fight back here with the projectile
Oh!
not giving the opponent any chances.
Samurai. Hello.
Player 1 with a good
Where are you
start to the
from?
fight, but can they keep it up? Uses their drive game. Fires a power wave. Will that drive impact get punished? Experiencing burnout. Uses the target combo as a filler. Oh, the hits him with a stop.
I39 M from Germany.
Forward with the
Koru.
drive.
Oh!
Player 1 is working
Ruten
with a better
back.
game. What can they do with it? Tackling the 3 bars for right back. We've never seen Terry ball out like this. Can they create an opportunity for themselves to seal the deal? Looking for a chance. Closes it out.
Where are you from?
Here's
Your
the final
English
round.
is very good.
No, my English is very, very fast.
Reads the jump in perfectly. Final blow heavy. Throws him. Oh my.
I'm from Japan.
Changes the pace with the fireball. Player 1 has the soup. Nothing stops this train. Trying to counter out the action. Burns out. Super to show up what
Oh,
a
she's a
PUBG
good
fighter
player.
can do for you. This is gonna kill.
I was careless.
Did not miss that chance and takes the round. Player 1
Japan
gets
is
the
a
win in
nice
convincing
country.
fashion.
Thanks. Deutsche is also good.
How do you say hello in Japanese?
あ、こんにちは。こんにちは。こんにちは。
Here comes a new
こんにちは。
challenger.
Guten Tag.
It's time to see what
Konnichiwa.
both fighters have in store for us today.
All right, you ready? Time for a beatdown. Round 1.
こんにちは、はじめまして。
Yes. Oh, you know Japanese.
Checks with the
Yes.
projectile.
Nice to meet you.
You're still in the early going, and it's really anyone's fight. Deal some damage with that quick combo. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Picture perfect punish counter. So they break forward to pressure the opponent.
No.
Takes the trip. Player 2 is in burnout. Drives off the table. Ooh, lands a rising uppercut. Opts for the throw to close it out.
Oh, lucky.
Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Did you just drop F-bomb?
Medium kick hits.
Yes.
The next round is beginning. What's gonna happen now? Raises with power wave. Player 2 did a great job of reading their opponent up close that last round. Can they keep the momentum? Big opportunity, a good spot to use a super. What'll happen here? He's going on the offensive? Sandblast! Knockdown and jumps up. KO! Player 2 brings it
F
home.
コム
Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow up here? Got their eye on the air. Goes for the throw.
What?
Starts off zoning with fireball. A dangerous range here. You don't want to get jumped on.
私 WA 日本語を勉強しらいますが、とても。
Oh.
Just about out of drive after that.
Nice!
Taking stock. Player 1 creates a good corner opportunity. No more drive gauge. Not
So when I was a university student,
gets the jump in.
I choose Germany as a
Can they utilize their reach? or
second foreign language,
going in?
but I forgot it.
Player 2 can't run super hard. Closing moments of the match. One hit's gonna do it. The low heavy is denied.
Oh no!
Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round 2. Fight.
Hits the drive. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with fireball. This fight is just underway. What kind of game plan do they have? Fires a power wave.
ジョー様、どこで英語を学びましたけれ。
Does a good job of pushing back.
Yeah, Japanese.
Is going to be vital.
Japanese
Their
study
space is
English,
so on
so
point right now. But who's gonna blink
6
first?
years.
Big throws. A quick breather. Doesn't miss a beat. Rising uppercut. Drives it back.
Yeah.
Blows him. Yo, rock super hit. Gets the combo.
No, me!
Closes it out. Player 1.
あなたの声 WA とても川です。
Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Big change blow.
LOL。
Dankeschön!
Projectile to try and change the
ザラフ。
situation. Big counter. Great work finding the opening. The super armor does its job. The fight continues in the middle of the stage. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Got their eye on the air. Ooh, lands a rising uppercut. Heading into the end game now. It's getting opts for the throw to close it out. Player 1 on the board first with the win. They want to keep the pressure on.
あなた WAT ケレワイシャスシンですけれ。
What?
Fires a power wave. Shows a medium kick. Grabs him.
No,
Early round decisions are so important to set the tone.
no, no,
Throws
no,
him to
no.
negate the block. A quick breather. Backs him into the corner in a hurry.
No, 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 no.
Grabs and throws him away. What'll happen here? Risky up close scrap still going. Full SA meters on deck for both sides. This could be over soon. Medium kick hits. This is gonna hurt. Waiting to pounce on this chance to go all in with Terry.
Tokyo, no!
Their opponent's gonna have to break this all in.
How many prefectures are there in Japan?
The low.
Above 4.
Power wave. Player 2 is in a very good spot now. This is gonna kill. No doubt about it. Closes it out.
Yeah, about 40, but 47.
Player 1 made all the right moves. And this experience is only gonna make them stronger.
What is your favorite?
Let's believe it's time for that run back. We're finally ready to begin this long-awaited fight. Our players look primed and ready. Can't tech the throw.
Yeah, of course, Tokyo and Osaka and Shogo.
Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Throw whips.
What about Hokkaido?
Yes, very good. Especially in summer. That is very good. So, Hokkaido skis. It's very good.
Going to have a hard time managing their drivers. Jumps, reads their mind and texts a throw.
Do you like Germany?
Yes.
The fighters return to the middle of the stage. In there.
Sometimes I drink Germany wine.
What else can they get away with?
So, Jama has many good products, right?
Fires a power wave. Blocks the low heavy. That's some big juicy damage on that counter. Things are slow going right now. Going on the offensive? This is the range where things get messy. Add a little super juice into this combo for more damage.
Yes.
Smart play with the throws. Charge delivers the pain right to the doorstep. Going in. Jumps up. Breaks the block.
Looks like you are a pro at Street Fighter.
Thunder is driving
Yes.
back to close the round. Player 2 took no time.
No, I'm not a pro. Actually, I'm a noob. So, now I'm practicing.
How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow up here?
You just said yes, LOL.
Player 1 pushes the opponent
No, no,
into
no,
the
no, no,
corner.
no, no.
Throws him down. All right. Jump in finds the mark. Blocks the jump in. Throws him. What's next? Knockdown. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Long low attack hit. Checks him with the projectile. Nails the anti-air. Fires a power wave.
What food do you recommend to eat in Japan? I am planning.
Ramen!
Yeah.
Ramen or
Takes the round like a thief in the night.
sushi?
What else can
I
they get
want
away with?
to know very rare food.
Very rare food.
This round is so important. You can feel the intensity in the air. Raises with power wave. Oh, burnout triggered. Player 2 needs to deal with this burnout. Creates an opening with a low heavy. The throw missed. Knockdown and
Ramen. Sushi art
Ramen.
general.
Yes.
delivers the pain right to the doorstep. Breaks the block with a throw. What'll happen here? Their life is hanging by a thread. They gotta lean heavily on their drive moves now. Ooh, lands a rising uppercut. Life lead is the drive rush to keep it going. Dangerous forward rush.
I want food no 朝揚げ人のロック。
Well, listen, when you're locked in, you're locked in. That was a decisive move. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow up here?
So there are many.
Jumps in, goes to the overdrive.
ホースミートアイスクリー
Both
ム。
fighters are pretty much unscathed.
for me, yeah.
It's the start of the
It's
round. How will they
almost
start
so
their offense?
popular in Japan.
On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. Maintains composure and pushes out of the corner. Who's going to break the silence first? They're not going to allow any jump-ins. Their life is looking critical, and they can't rely too much on drive either. KO. Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
フォースミートは
What is your favorite アイスクリームフレーバー
Charges forward.
チョコ
I
ミン
like
ト。
that.
Shows the medium kick. The dome. Delivers
チョコミント。Do you know チョコミント？
parries the projectile. Player 2 has a slight life lead. From low heavy to 1.5 brushes that off and keeps going. Still scrapping for control of the space. Oh, they're in the corner now. No running away. Connects with medium kick. Jumps up. They're going for the super in there. Player 2
バタースコッチ。
チョコミントより
Yeah.
M をあなた。
Yes. Oh you know Japanese that song.
Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close
チ
to
ョコ
done
ミ
yet.
ントより
Let's
も
see what these
なっ
fighters
た。
have up their sleeves out of the gate. Very nice anti-air there. They read their opponent like a book. Below heavy hits. Uses the target combo to take a chunk of damage off the opponent. Gets a chance at that jump in.
No, 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 no.
Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Can't tech the throw.
German by mind, 日本人 by heart.
Nails the anti-air. Shoots off a fireball up close.
Yes.
Player 2 is KO. Player 2
チョコミン
takes the round
ト
like
よ
a
り
thief
も
in the
なっ
night.
た。
What else can they get away with?
Round 2. Fight.
Goes for the jump in to start.
Kawaii.
Throws them to negate the block. They block the overhead and their spacing is so going on the offensive. Catch the dome. Both fighters need to find a way to utilize their drive. Shows the medium kick. Hits with the overhead. Going in. Player 2 needs to use the threat of the
WHO is your celebrity crush.
jumps up. Hits the back throw to get the side switch. Super arts on deck for both fighters. How they approach the situation will be interesting. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Are we going to see a comeback here? Let's loose the power wave! Changes the pace with the fire! Power wave! Utilizes the parry here to try and establish the pace.
No
Maybe
crash.
throw a whiff at that range. The jump in is rejected. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the
Crash?
win?
Final round.
Does it mean my favorite idol?
Starts things off with a jump in.
Yes.
Jumps in. Smart play to stop the opponent. Both
あ
fighters are sets up with the jump in.
ー、recently I like Hololive. Do you know Hololive?
What are they gonna do? Willing to risk it for the overdrive. Plenty of help. Hard.
コロナ
Do。you know Hololive?
This could
Hololive.
tip the scale.
Hololive. So that is VTuber.
Player 1 may be able to pull a fast one, especially with a super art ready. Where you go? Forward rush.
ステリング。
Real test of nerves here.
HOLO
Done.
HOLO
Catches
LIVE.
trying to get in a fight. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Anti-air in the clutch. Charges forward. Big low reaching
ホ
head.
ロライブ。
Yes.
Ooh, will they hit, whip, or even charge in? Tricky territory here. Player 2 can't let their drive gauge run out. They need to find a way to
SOU
reset the
ライブ
situation.
チューバーズ。
Knockdown.
Yes.
The comeback's gonna be tough now. Can they do it?
So there is no German girl, but there is so Australian girl.
Life lead opens up. Taking stock. The jump in is denied.
No, no, not Australia. Australian. So she can speak Germany.
Keep the ball
レア
going.
ム。
Round 2. Fight.
Overdrive art. Who's going to start things off?
No.
Jumps in. Fires a power wave. Raises with power wave. This is the range where things springs forward with the drive rush. Jumps up.
No.
Player 1 needs to use
No, no,
what
no.
drive they have left effectively. Nails the crack shoot. Throws a fireball. Not much life difference. We are at a standstill, but we may see an eruption soon. Looking for a chance. Medium kick. Going in.
I can speak English, French, German, little bit.
Oh, great.
Level 3 super. Spending that meter like it's nobody's business. Get your plates ready. Damage is on. Put the fear of God in them.
そう
Last round, people. Both fighters got
No.
to go all in from this point.
I love VALORANT. It's my favorite idol.
Tries to make something happen with an overdrive arc. It's time for both fighters to lay it all on the line. We're just getting started here. Who will take control? Delivers the pain right to their doorstep. Perfect execution with the anti-air. Fights back with authority. Drive gauge management here is going to... And whiffs! They're wide open! They are not getting close to each other. Oh, could be the start of something.
You don't like Picatoro.
So,
ピカトル
drive rush! Carries them all the way to the corner in one go. Gets them with a Euro step. Close range projectile. Rushes in. Let's lose the power wave. The low. Okay, here we go. There's a burnout. Great job. The throw is denied. Amazing. Adds a bit of OD spice. Player one. They didn't take the throw.
ピカトル I don't know.
You are so phantom focus looks like you are my little.
It's not over
Really?
yet. Let's believe
What is
it's time
ピカ
for
ト
the
ル
finish.
I don't know.
Fires a power wave. From low
友達いい。
Oh,
jumps. Good job blocking the jump in.
is ピカトル your friend?
At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important here. Projectile to try and change the situation. Ends with a
小太郎
projectile.
サングペンパイナップルアップルペン。
Hit is always important first round. They'll want to keep the
Picotaro.
ball rolling. A brave forward jump there to start. That drive impact is blocked. The fighters continue to check each other in the early going. The jump in catches them. All right, what's coming up next? Player one holding on to that corner advantage. Ooh, lands a rising.
Can you recommend some good Japanese song?
Going on the offensive? You've got to be mindful of reach and jump ins at this game.
Listen, I don't hear Japanese song.
Knocks them out of the air. Let's loose the power wave. Tries to act quickly, but whiffs the attack. Any mistake here is gonna be fatal. What's it gonna be? This is gonna hurt. The drive gate will have burnout. Did they mean to do that? Cross super
どういうの米津玄師。
excellent read.
Yes,
Bit of old flatline zone.
he's very, very, very popular.
I dare you to find me a better match than that. Get up.
Also, recently,
I don't even think
I'm
they care that others called next.
Hololive song.
They block the overhead and both fighters are looking
What
for a way
about
to get in.
LKB
But there's still time to
48
figure out
are
the
they
situation.
still popular?
The cross. Ooh, with a hit.
So I didn't have
Even charge in.
their song.
Maintains composure and pushes out of the corner. With the throw. Knockdown. Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with fireballs. Takes a trip. Bops him with a target combo. Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. They're jostling. Player 2 needs perfect read to get the finish with the low attack. Player 2 picks up the always
Maybe
important
they are
first
not
down.
popular
He'll want
now.
to keep the ball rolling. Shows the medium kick. The next round is beginning.
What do you think about Americans?
Timely side switch there, which will let him go on the attack.
How about?
Jumps. Barely blocks the jump in. A quick breather. Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. This is a good spot to use the super. The super hits, and this looks like it's gonna kill. There it is. They knew it.
What kind of Americans?
Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point.
アメリカ人 WA 本当に迷惑だ。
It
Really?
looks like they're waiting to see what
So
the opponent
recently,
wants to do
so
first. Jump.
Kurdi?
Uppercut.
Kurdi and the Chinese so bad.
Fighters look to set things up as they continue to jostle for position. Player 2 needs to take advantage of this gauge disparity. They're using a fireball to force a reaction. Knocked them out of the air. Player 2 can't let this simmer. They gotta start cooking. Medium kick into knockdown. Here comes the mix-up. This is such a tough situation to be in, but they still have a chance. Jumps. Strong super art incoming. What?
No.
What now? Noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still possible? Breaks through with the throw.
You see the Chinese and the Kurdi, they are so bad.
Fight was easy money. It's not over yet. Let's believe it's time for that run.
愚かなアメリカ人のせいでいい。他の外国人。
Relatively, America is not bad.
Game plan here at this critical stage.
Now anyway, Chinese is so bad.
Shows the overhead. What's the play here? No heavy. Brushes off the impact. The quarter makes it hard to escape. That'll be the setup here.
No.
Alright, what's coming up next? Player 1 needs to deal with this burnout. Checks them with the projectile. Knockdown. From up above. Neither of them would KO. Player 2 on the board first with a win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round 2. Fight.
Awesome. They both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Fires a power wave.
はい。チャイニーズ NI ツイート M を聞きました。彼ら WAS。
Their spacing is so on point. But who's gonna blink first? Jumps up, answers with a rising tackle. Creates an opening with a low heavy, raises with power wave. Throws a fire, delivers the pain right to the doorstep. The drive impact is denied. Drops him hard. Throw within there. That was a clinic on how a solid neutral game.
So anyway, Chinese is so bad. 100%. That was number 1 worst country now.
Close to done yet. Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace.
コリアンズ WA ドですけれ。
Goes with the projectile.
Recently Koreans are better than Chinese.
Okay, both fighters have taken a long step back. They're both looking to reassess the fight. Player 2 has the life lead. Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with fireballs. From up above. The jump in catches them. Player 1 chases them down. Life lead opens up. Buried in there. Player 2 on the board.
Anyway, now Chinese and Kurdi.
Round 2.
Yeah, those two are very so bad.
What the opponent wants to do first. Blocks the low heavy. Checks him with a projectile. Still very early in the round. Fires a power wave. A quick breather. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Breaks the block with a throw. Raises with power wave. Player 2 can't use any drive moves without burning out. Oh, burnout triggered. Opts for the critical.
Oh, ouch!
It's time to go in. The Pale Rider snatches them. They're looking to end things right here. I'm too good. Shakes things up with a fireball. Barely blocks the jump in. Power wave. Both sides getting ready. Sets up with the jump in. Excellent read. Closing moments of the match. One hit's gonna do it. Oh man, this is a scary range. Let's lose the power wave. Flatline zone. Player 2 is a force to be reckoned with. It's not over yet. Let's believe it's time for that run back. Creates an opening with a low heavy. goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. The impact gets blocked.
No.
There's a drive rush to throw the opponent off balance. Player 2 in that dangerous burnout state. Grab it. Player 2 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important. Both players with no drive in the tank. Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense.
ジャーマンズ WAE を NI 礼儀正しくアメリカ人の
Yeah. So,
Not much movement.
artically Japanese and Germany are very similar, right? So,
Takes the round like a thief in
二
the
人や
night.
ろうって僕
What
や
else
ろ
can
う
they get away with?
Round 2. Fight.
Are we going to hit them with a stop and bomb? The jump in.
Oh, I missed.
Both of them were ready for a throw.
No, I missed a lot.
Holding on to that corner advantage. Using the gauge for a super arm. Racer hit, flawless round. They got him so quick.
What is that combo?
Here's the final round. The real fight starts now.
Too easy. Final round. Fight.
Smart play with the throw. Fires a power wave. Which fighter will control the pace of the match early on? The overhead denied. A quick breather throws them. Looking for a hole. Oh, they're in the corner now. No running away. Let loose a power wave. A jump in. Fires a blast. The low's blocked.
Looks like you are annoying.
Jump. Anti-air in the clutch. Fighters counter on reaction. Knocks off the tank and scores the win.
Yes.
Player 2 gets
I love
the win
this
in a
game.
convincing fashion.
Do you play this game? Street Fighter.
It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. From low heavy to fires a power wave. The jump in is denied. On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. Player 2 has a slight life lead that they may sit on. Takes them all the way to the
When
corner.
I was a kid I used to play SF, but now I play.
Oh,
Oh, whiffs the throw. They block the overhead and projectile to try and change the situation. Trying to read each other here? This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bait each other out? Taking stock. Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. Dashes forward. Gets him. Player 2
Tekken.
gets the always important
yeah,
first round.
Tekken is
They'll want
also
to keep the ball rolling.
popular.
Round 2. Fight.
Connects with medium kick. Are we going to see some fireworks here? Jumps. Fires a power wave. This
How
fight is
did
just
you
underway.
learn
What
F-bombs?
kind of game plan do they have? This is the range where things
F-bomb?
get messy. Can they utilize their
What
reach
is
or
F-bomb?
bait each other out? Gets carried to the corner. There's a change. Both fighters planning something? There's a smart rising tackle. Looking to impress with this super. Going in. Awesome. Tries to make something happen with an ult, tags him and takes the W. Player 2 took no time
What
to
is
finish that fight.
F-bomb?
How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow up here? So, what are our fighters planning in this opening round? Gets the knockdown, and now? Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. We're still in the early going, and it's really anyone's fight. Uses the target combo to take a chunk of damage off the opponent. Lots of aggression from both sides. Takes a trip. Pressuring the situation with the charge in. The quarter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here?
Why is there OK written in the description?
Hard on their drive KO. 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What
That
else
is
can they get away with?
Ocean, Pacific, peace, and identity.
Fires a power wave! Sees it coming and blocks it out. Still very early in the round. This fight is just underway. What kind of game plan do they have? Turns it up a notch and sends them to the corner. That drive impact doesn't get through. Smart play with the throw. There's a smart rising tackle. Going on the offensive? Scrapping it out up close.
Japanese girls have really big hearts.
One mistake here is all that's needed to finish the round.
Yeah,
Player 1 brushes that off and keeps going.
Japanese
ユー
girls
の
are
バカ
very tight.
ILOL.
That combo did decent damage. Okay, here we go. Sees the overhead coming. What is the forward rush? What's next? Crowns him from above.
No!
The next touch may decide this round. This is gonna kill, no doubt about it. What a finish!
Let's go!
But sometimes Japanese girls are very strictly.
Shiny.
Uses their drive game. Who's going to steal this win? Both players look for something to work with, but neither are getting the opening they
ベリー
want.
ストリクト。
Which fighter will control the pace of the match early on? What's next? Totsugeki Tuna phase! Impact squash! Only the best of players can come back from this. Carries them all the way to the corner in one
バット
go.
スプリット。
Flatline zone.
So
Gets the win.
girls want high and high salary and high education.
It's not over yet. Let's believe it's time for that rundown. Raises with power wave. Big low reaching heavy.
I heard Japanese couple don't even hold hands
They may be
in.
looking for an opening to run with. On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. Shoots off a projectile from downtown to check their approach. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Trips him up. The throw connects for counter hit damage. They block the overhead and bops him with a target combo. Oh, easy tag. Player 1 can't afford to get hit again, but still has a chance to take the
Do you
lead.
hold hand with your boyfriend?
Player 2 takes
I
the
had
round
Japanese
like a thief
couple
in the
don't
night.
even hold.
What else can they get away with?
Yeah, it's a bit sad, but
Fires a power wave.
I
Everything
can
up
hold
until
the
now,
hand.
and everything from here on out is so vital. Jump. Nice block on the overhead. Knock down. Yo, put that away. Raises with power wave. Player 2 looking to impress with this super. Scrapping it out. Going on the offensive. Player 2 needs to
Is
use the
kissing
corner.
legal in public
Are we
place?
gonna see a comeback here? Are they going to be able to come back and snatch victory from the jaws
So
of defeat? Not much movement, but the thinking caps are definitely on.
it's right.
Power wave! This can lead to some big damage.
No.
Oh, what a smart throw! What are they gonna hit the drive? Strong critical. What's gonna happen?
No!
This is gonna kill. No doubt about it. That was a high
Japan
five
should
average.
normalize these things.
Yes.
Let's go!
But we do them in a house.
Power wave! Let's move the power wave! Player 2 needs to use that drive gauge better if they want to take things back. What'll happen here? Player 2 has the super gauge advantage. Okay, here we go. Were they looking to connect with an overdrive art from this situation? Player 2 is in a very good spot now.
I heard there are so many sugar mummies in Japan.
What a finish! Player 2
So many
really
sugar
has to fight for that one.
何違うな。maybe so, but so.
They're still hungry.
ジャパニーズ何 So make so study alone.
It's the start of the round. How will they start their approach? Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Blocks the low heavy. Takes a trip. They're being absolutely relentless with this fireball pressure in the corner.
怖いジャパニーズドントゲットマリッド。
Gets the knockdown, and now in a dire situation. They can't afford any mistakes.
What?
Knockdown. Player 1 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. Burnout! Expect the tempo of the match to change. Player 2 has completely used all of their drive gauge, but they still have enough life left to take the round if they play smart. Are they thinking about how just goes for it at this range? Quick breather. Player 1 must be feeling good after that super KO.
Okay.
Player 2 picks up the first round.
I will be back. My 猫 needs food roll see you soon.
Okay. Okay. I'm waiting.
Player 1 creates a brushes that off and keeps going. That's not gonna hit. Throws him. What's next? Player 2 will need to play it conservative until their drive refreshes. We have a super art on deck. Expect to see way more pressure here. Opts to continue the attack with burnout triggered. Player 2 will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. Noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still possible? Big opportunity. Drive rush. Barely blocks the jump in. Pokes with a medium kick. Let's lose the power wave. Player drops the flatline zone. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
We have more than 70 matches.
We are here in the first round. Which one of them will let their fists do the talking? Projectile to try and change the situation. The throw hits. Now the fun begins. Opts for the throw. Knockdown. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. We're near the end of the round. Can either fighter pull a rabbit out of their hat here? Does a good job of pushing back. Gets the jump in. Life lead opens up. Whips the throw. One chance here may end this. Takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. They break things off to take a quick breather. Dashes up. This is a critical point of the round where they get KO. Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round 2. Fight.
Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Answers with a rising tackle. Big counter. Fires a power wave. Player 1 has the meter lead. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Raises with power wave. Attempts to break the stalemate with a fireball. Smart play to stop the opponent. Brings forward with the drive rush. Rising uppercut. The low kick hits. Power wave. Still scrapping for control of the stage. Noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still possible? Tags him and takes the
かっこいい。
Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves
さ
a
す
streak.
がにもうやめましょう。Thanks.
Here comes a new challenger.
We're in for something special right here, right now.
Here's to a round 1. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Uses the target combo to take a chunk of damage off the opponent. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Neither of them willing to back off here. Life lead is opening up, but that can still be overcome with smart drive use. into the KO. Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Round 2.
He's playing Jackie, but his name is New Power.
Immediate jump in. Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. Jumps in. Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner here. KO. Well, listen, when you're locked in, you're locked in. That was a decisive win.
Here comes a new challenger.
It's time to see what
Siberian
both fighters
Takashi.
have in store for us today.
So he is youngest player.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Checks with the projectile. Backs them into the corner. Anticipates the overhead. The combo's there. Throws them down. Throws a fireball here, maybe as a simple zoning strat. Taking stock. Goes for the surprise rush in. Gets the jump in. Takes a trip. Player 2 chases, gets him. Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. The attack is parried. Oh!
No, he's not a challenger.
That combo did experiencing burnout. Getting that extra juicer with Kagero no Mai.
Atsui.
The big bang Kachouken comes out. Burnout activates. Fireball into the corner. They're trying to force in there.
No.
We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Uses the gauge for the super. They're not playing around here. This is it. Oh, yo, raw super hit. Player 2 with this unleashes some big damage. Taking chunks out of each other here. Oh, away! Player 1 is on the brink of disaster. Burns out. Carried to the corner. This may be low heavy. Flatline zone. Player 2 is a force to be reckoned with.
Mai-chan.
It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Crowns him from above. Hits him with a stopping block. The combo's there. Takes him all the way to the corner with that. Carries the attack and... This is a real back and forth match we're seeing. They definitely know what the other is capable of. Neither of them willing to back off here.
No.
Uses the drive rush here to steal super art activated.
No.
Expect something big here. Knockdown and... Player 1 has depleted their drive gauge, but they are still within range to win this round. KO!
Okay.
Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Medium kick hit. The next round is beginning. What's gonna happen now? Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Yo, put that away. Grabs and throws them away. Risky up-close scrap still going. What a reaction to go air to air. Big throw. Delivers the pain right to their doorstep. Lighting up the skies with Kagero no Mai. Ooh, it's getting hot here. Calm down.
Atsui.
Life lead is there, but all in with the flatline zone. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Time to get down to business. The first round starts now. Solid combo. Now they get pushed into the corner, or it's going to be very difficult to escape.
No.
The amount of comeback? With the forward throw, the battle in the corner continues. Player 2 is working with a less than ideal drive gauge. They'll need to be very careful here. Knockdown. Player 2 is in burnout. Drives off the table.
No.
Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. Take takes goes for the super art. Player 2 going on the offensive. Closing moments of the match. One hit's gonna do it. Fighters KO. Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Raises with power win. Checks him with the projectile. Player 1 did a great job of leading their opponent up close that last round. Can they keep the momentum? What's going to be the play here with this kind of meter then? Scrapping it out, up, ends the meter. Hoping for a good return.
Waiting to pounce on this chance to go all in with Jerry's rising back. Their opponent's gonna have to drink this all in.
What'll happen here? Player 2 is getting that extra juice with Tagalog.
Nice!
Throws a beefy Kachosa. Great kick. Fights out of the corner, back to the center of the throw zone. Smart play with the throw. The low kick hits. Turns out. Okay, here we go. Player, no way, that win wasn't luck. That was 100% planned. Player 1 faced the giant.
Honda.
What are we going to see transpire between these fighters? No one knows, but this is going to be a must-see match.
Time for a beatdown.
Round 1. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. That was a solid anti-air. Starts with a jumper. Player 2 has used up all of their drive gauge. Throws them to negate the block. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. The drive gauge is completely empty, meaning their ability to block is also weak. Let's off a projectile to waste time. Very solid corner. Knockout and jumps up. Fires a power wave. They decide charges forward. They were not clear.
Okay.
Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round 2. Fight.
Brushes that off and keeps going.
No!
The next round is beginning. What's gonna happen now? Burnout activated. Player 2 will look to apply pressure. Burn knuckle. Player 1 hasn't got him up against the wall. The stun is there. Player 2 holding on to that corner advantage. Super on deck for both fighters. Expect to see some fireworks. They gotta press here to take advantage of this drive gap. Medium kick hit. Both fighters planning something? Burnout! Expect the tempo of the match to change. Overhead, but it won't work. Show up force. Life lead is there, but still anyone's game. Closes it out. Player 2,
Very
easy. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Had the radar up and running. Shoots off a fireball up close. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. The pressure continues as they can't escape the corner. They need to find a way out. Player 2 needs to deal with this burnout. Takes a trip. With the life gap opening up, they need to KO. Player 2 sets the tone with that win. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Rush, rush.
Round 2. Fight.
Anything off the smash? They piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going? He brushes that off and keeps going. Cannon blast him. That combo did decent damage. Okay, creating some space here. Player 1 has the life advantage. Oh, could be the start of something. Fires a power wave. Delivers the pain right to their doorstep. Backs them into the corner in a hurry. Player 2 holding on to that corner advantage. Grabs and throws them away. Their life is hanging by a thread. They gotta lean heavily on their drive moves now. Closes it out! That's what happens when you capitalize on all of your chances.
comes a new challenger.
Dude, today it's 2 times.
Our fighters are pumping
Mika
themselves up and
and-
are raring to go. Who's going to come out on top in this fight? The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. Tries to turn up the pressure with an overdrive projectile. We're still in the early going, and it's really anyone's fight. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Ooh, will they hit, whiff, or even charge in? Tricky territory here. What's the play here? Throws them to negate the block. Player 2 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. How much damage can they deal before the opponent's drive gauge replenishes? Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Takes a trip. Are we gonna see a comeback here? KO. Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Fires a power wave. Checks them with a projectile. Player 2 didn't manage their drive properly through that round. Meter management is absolutely vital, and they need to manage it properly for this coming round. Knocked, springs forward with the drive rush. Player 1 has the life lead. Can they use it? Jumps up. Dashes up. Knockdown and medium kick. Raises with power wave. Super arc on deck for both fighters. How they approach baits out the attack and gets the punish down him. Life lead is there, but finishes with the throw. Player 1 played with a lot of heart to pull off a tremendous
Okay,
hit. Definitely
I
one
have
to watch.
to basic
We're
play.
finally ready to begin this long-awaited fight. Our players look primed and ready. The jump-in is denied. Both fighters have plenty of health. Where is this match gonna go? Starts off zoning with fireball. Goes with the projectile to pressure the opponent. Maintains composure and pushes out of the corner. The impact gets blocked. On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. Who's gonna make a move? They hit each other. Parries the projectile. Had the radar up and running. Will they be able to manage what little drive gauge they have? We've reached the midway point of the round, and both fighters are at about even life. Projectile to try and change the situation. Okay, creating some space here. Holds out with a block. Takes a trip. Burnout activates. Knockdown. Player 2 can't afford mistakes without that drive gauge.
Take.
So little life in there. Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Raises with power wave. Player 1 was kept on their toes all round and didn't utilize their drive gauge efficiently. You may see them pay a bit more attention to that as we head into the next round. You gotta be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Fires a power wave! The engagement here will have a huge effect on the rest of the match. Drive gauge is looking bad. What do they do now? Charges forward. Super art on deck for both fighters. How they approach the situation will be interesting. Shows a medium kick. Digs in deep to get that drive in. Oh, burnout triggered. Can they create an opportunity for themselves to seal the deal? Fights back with authority. Throws them. How long can this offensive assault continue? Players want to finish. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Grand knuckle roast! That throw's gonna take off a chunk of damage. Taking chunks out of each other here. Throws them. Amazing. Power wave. Overhead. Both sides getting ready. Player 2 is in a very close that off. Ooh, you never know what can happen here. Oh, here we go. Drive gauge is almost out. Use them well. Going in. Connecting throw.
Ah.
Player 2 has gotta be feeling good getting the win out of that absolute carnage. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run.
Going on the offensive?
Shuts that down with a parry. Raises with power win.
Player 2 chases them down. The low kick is blocked. Both sides have full drive and plenty of health. Let's see how things open up. What are they thinking here? Still slugging it out here. Lays on the pressure with the projectile. Deftly shuts out the jumper. Grabs them. They're being absolutely relentless with this fireball pressure in the corner. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Gets the jump in. Throws a fireball here, maybe as a simple zoning strat. Life lead opens up. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit.
There's a power wave.
Player 1 can't use any more drive without burning out. This is a critical point of the round where they just need to go for it. Going in there! Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Raises with power win.
Going on the offensive? Player 2 has a slight life lead. Decides to meet them in the air. Gets scooped from down low. This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bait each other out? What'll happen? Drive rush to keep it going.
This is Groundle from above.
Delivers the pain right to their doorstep. The fighters return.
This is gonna hurt. What a finish!
Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow up here? Decides to meet them in the air. A drive rush to try and keep up the attack. Brushes off the impact. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Tries to bait him with the projectile. Knockdown. Player 2 is working with a less than ideal drive gauge. They'll need to be very careful here. Opts for the air-to-air encounter. Taking stock. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. The overhead KO! Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Fires a power wave! Throws them to negate the block. Fires off an overdrive. Dashes forward. Quick breather.
Raises with power win.
Gotta be careful not to whiff at this range. Superb reactions on display.
No.
Springs forward with the drive rush. Player 1 holding on to that corner advantage. Overhead. Both fighters planning something?
Let's lose the power wave.
You've gotta be mindful of reach and...
There's a burnout.
Oh, here we go. Pokes with a kick. Player 1 needs to hold out until their drive gauge recovers.
Tensions are running high.
Both flatlines them.
Player 2 is a force to be reckoned with.
Another rematch.
These two are really getting into it.
Barely blocks the jump in. Pokes with a medium kick. Coming through. Lays on the pressure with the projectile. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Goes for the throw. Trips him up. The impact gets blocked. Checks with the projectile. Opts for the throw. Alright. Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with fireballs. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Alright, what's coming up next? Player 2 chases them down. Absorbs the attack and fires back. Life lead opens up. Taking stock. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. KO! Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Projectile to try and change the situation.
Fires a power wave.
Holds out with the block. Springs forward with the drive rush. Player 2 can build off this lead.
Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. They continue to drive rush to keep it going. Super arts on deck for both fighters. How they approach the situation will be interesting. Blocks it. Big throws. With breather. Raises with power wave. Looking for a chance. Fires a power wave. Looks like this will lead to some big damage. Player 1 is in a very good spot now. Oh, here we go. It gets closes in.
Oh no!
Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point. This has a bit of OD spice. Barely blocks the jump in. Jumps it, crowns him from above. Connects with the throw. Both fighters have a full super meter on deck. The winner will be the one who manages it best. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Betting it all on the drive rush. What's next? Let's lose the power wave. Knockdown. Here comes the mix-up. Sticks out a kick. Changes the pace with the fire. Ooh, you never know what can happen here. Oh my god, what a throw set! There's a burnout! Low heavy, but no go! Rushes in! They're taking a step back to slow to add a bit of OD spice. Reads the jump in perfectly. This side of what this out!
Okay.
Perfect damage calculation! No doubt about it! They are done! Player 2 is gonna be watching replays for this one for a while. They really took it down to the wire. Power wave! Jump! Raises with power wave! Goes for the throw. Taking stock. Neither of them willing to back off. Player 2 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. It's not a good thing. Turns it up a notch and sends them to the corner. They block the overhead and life lead open KO. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. The jump in is denied. Shoots off a fireball up close. Fires a power wave. Both fighters are looking for a way to get in, but there's still time to feel out the situation. This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bait each other out? Takes a trip. Goes for the fireball, which is very strong at this range. The low heavy's blocked. Breaks the block with a throw. Brushes that off and keeps going. And they create an opportunity for them. Uses the gauge for a super art.
Perfect!
Didn't hesitate going for the kill with that super. Did not miss that chance and takes the round. Player 2 brings
Okay,
it home.
next.
Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
じゃあこれで終わろう。I enjoyed a lot even today. Can I end this stream? Yeah, anyway, thank you for coming to this channel. I end this stream. See you next. またね
またね。
ありがとう。Dankeschön. Have a nice day. Have a nice stream.